Yeah, how you guys doing today? Listen, I'm not sure. There's probably a lot of you out there that don't know what gang stalking is. Probably most of the people that are watching this video, they know exactly what it is. I live in Nacogdoches, Texas, and it's pretty bad down here. Uh, I know several people who have been gang stalked. I myself have been gang stalked for many years. The people try to act like when you turn it in, or when you report it, like you're some horrible person because you're making it up or you're crazy. Well, that's just not the case. I'm here to help you. I can tell you what to do, and I'm just here right now giving a little short video of some things you can do. Excuse me. Number one, you need evidence. You need credible evidence. And you can get that credible evidence through credible witnesses, or better yet, let me tell you, if you're being gang stalked, they're watching your phones. They're watching your emails. They're probably watching you. First thing you got to do is you need to get a new phone and guard it with your life. I would suggest getting a safe. I'm not even sure that would work, but I would suggest getting something secure, keeping that phone with you. I've even had them steal the phone out of my pocket before, and it just mysteriously shows up weeks later in a place that you know you didn't put it, okay? Now, I know who's gang stalking me. That's another story. But maybe you don't know who's gang stalking you. First, you got to determine who's got the technology to do it. Why would they be doing it? Have you done something to make somebody mad? You just never know who you made mad, but there is one group of individuals out there who has the technologies to do these things. And we'll touch on that a little later. And in my case, and in a lot of other people's cases that I've seen, it's been this group of individuals that have been doing it. And they're breaking the law. They're breaking a lot of laws. Defamation of character at any level is against the law. And when they go around slandering you with the intent to commit malice, to destroy you, to end your job career, to get everybody hating you in the town, when these things happen, it's just about one group of individuals behind it, just about every time. And I've got to talk to an attorney to find out if I can speak further on that right now without me actually becoming a legal target. But we will get to that. And if you've got any questions, if this video's got your interest, just hit me up. But I'm going to tell you, get a new phone, get a new line of communication. Set up a new Google account. Do not log in with your old Google account with that phone. Yeah, trace it right back. If they're watching you close, you got to be slick. I'm going to tell you another trick. If you can get around somebody, use third or fourth party people, is what I'm saying is, don't you go directly and get the phone. There are private investigators out there that'll send you a phone in the mail or send it to you discreetly through one of their own personnel, and it'll appear it's the mail. There are private investigators that specialize in this thing. That's another source of credible information. You need to think about getting that, talking to them, and then once you have the evidence, fun time begins. It's time to prosecute. Then you've got a pile of evidence that this is taken care of, credible evidence. It may take you months to get it. We'll talk about how to accelerate that process too. You ever heard of old rat trap? Yeah, there's ways to get that evidence accelerated, because as you know, if you're a targeted individual, there are things these people will do when you do certain things, and they'll increase their activities, which increases your rate of evidence gathering. So this is going to be the end of my first video. I hope it helped you out a little bit. I'm going to see how this video responds on YouTube, and I want to see if anybody's interested before I carry on. I can give you lots of ways to get evidence, lots of ways to accelerate the process. I've got lots of witnesses, credible witnesses. I've got videos. I can tell you how to use cameras, tell you how to use microphones to catch it, how to hide them without them knowing it, and who to contact when you gather it or as you gather it. There's a certain step of a process you need to go through. You need to report this. And you need to be careful about how you report it and who you report it to. I've got a friend, I'm not going to mention his name, but I've got a friend that lives close by to my house. And I watched him being harassed by these people. And he called in to the cops for help, the sheriff's department here in this county. And that sheriff's department come out and took a report. One time they just blatantly went in on him. And I'm not going to get on that. But they're breaking the law. And that sheriff's department eventually, after these people were messing with him and he called in so many times, they tried to take him to a nut house to have him investigated, take blood for drug test, and put him through a psychological evaluation against his will. Against his will. Now, he's got a heck of a lawsuit against the county right now. I'm not sure if he's filed it or not, but that's the kind of stuff right there that you're going to be dealing with. And you've got to protect yourself because they're crooked. They're real crooked. And so anyway, I'm going to end today's video with that. And if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If you want another video, maybe further explaining the process, some of the private investigators you can contact. I'm not going to release the names of the ones that I'm using right now. But I will tell you there are private investigators out there that you can contact. There are even some that will work with you on payment methods. Okay? So don't think you're in a hopeless situation. I'm telling you, you're not. Join up with other people that this is happening to. There's strength in numbers. Get a community organized thing going. Everybody sit down and try to determine where it's coming from. Who maybe did you make mad? Who has the resources to do these things? I mean, do you step outside and all of a sudden they start shooting guns, beating on loud metal objects, But you can put a recorder outside and record the noises while you're in the house and then record the noises when you step outside. That can be done. Are they putting trash up and down your roads and busted tires and stuff like that? That can be recorded too. And I can tell you how to get witnesses sign statements on that. Credible witnesses. Even people that are doing it for them. And now let me tell you what's being done. These people are chickens. They're chickens. They're not coming directly, usually, to these people. They get it started with gossip, and it's a process. Maybe they tell their wife, and their wife tells the people at work, and then they just keep it stirred up and going while this wife is telling this friend's telling his wife that's a friend of this friend, and then once it gets to a point, they've got an organized system. That's how it works. They've got an organized system. They use social media, they use cell phones, they use emails, they even use CB radios, and that can be recorded, especially if they think you don't have one. And you can find the channel with a scanner that they're communicating on. That's another way. I've had them go to my job, and have my work in on it, and I caught the people. I'm not going to mention the name of the company right now, but yes, and overheard the conversation between two key individuals in Gary, Indiana. That's just one of the examples and cases. But let me get back to the cell phones, the emails, the text messages. When you get that private investigator, they're going to learn what's called a forensics background check on electronic devices and social media platforms. And when they do, and your name pops up here and there, they're going to trace that all out. And they're going to see who's telling who what and where it goes. And that's pretty much how that works. And you're going to get to the bottom of it and see within minutes. And you can have one of those done very economically. And you take that evidence and you set it to the side. They're going to tell you what they're going to charge to do the whole investigation. It might be $5,000, it might be $10,000. You might not even be having an investigation. But it depends on the investigation group and what goes on. But if you use cameras in your vehicle when you're driving, that's good. They'll try to make you look like an idiot. I would suggest not using them. Or if you do use them, try to make them discreet. Or have one sitting beside, so when something happens, record it. I mean, you don't need to worry about you getting the evidence. You could worry about witnesses, credible witnesses that see the evidence and see it taking place. Now, that's a good thing. But they will get the evidence. The evidence is already out there. It's on servers. It's on there, and you just got to be discreet about it. You can send your phone in or deliver it to them is what I would suggest. You send it through the mail, there's always the chance of a certain group of individuals that have the authority to intercept it and get it. And then you got just plain criminal activities that some people will do that. And you got people that are just straight criminals that I think don't know, in my opinion, that they get in on this to go out and commit some of these things. But, but by the most part, it's spread through gossip, slander, defamation of character. And they'll use your private information that they gather. I've had my private information that I was having a conversation with someone, and it's all documented. It's all documented and incredible. I was having a conversation with somebody. 6 hours later, that conversation was being talked about on Facebook, and they tagged me to the conversation. I was the only one tagged. They hacked somebody's account, or they made up. And let me tell you, they can make up names and profiles and change them, just like I change gears in a 18-wheeler. They can do it. Okay? So you might think you're talking to your friend. You probably ain't. Watch what you say on social media. Me, I'd speak my mind. If you like me, I speak my mind. But they use that against you. Your social media platforms, and when they do that check on your social media, you'll understand more what I'm talking about. But they give you a grade on your social media, all the things you've been posting about. Clean it up. Clean it up. They'll push your buttons so that you go out there and say these things, so they can use it against you. You're crazy. You're not credible. But you know, and they know the truth. And there's so much evidence that if you collect it, a little piece here and a little piece there yourself, you can get enough to present to somebody that will definitely see something's going on. And once they see something's going on, they'll work with you. And I'm going to tell you, American Centers for Law and Justice is a place that you might do. You can do bar searches in your state bar bar associations for attorneys that specialize in this kind of thing, prosecution. But once you get the evidence, that's the main deal right there. And find a private investigation team that specializes in gangstalking and harassment and the techniques. They'll give you a list of things that have happened, how they train you, going down the road, and all of a sudden you pass 15 cars in formation in the middle of the night, on a back road that you never seen them on. And anyway, I'm going to end this stream here right now. They train you. You guys have a good one. If you're a TI, keep your chin up. God bless you. And there is hope. There is hope. It may get worse before it gets better. Roll your sleeves up. Be a warrior. Go through it. Go through it. You're not only helping yourself, you're helping a lot of other people. Get on YouTube. Post it. Tell people. Tell people how to get it stopped. Once you start getting some progress, start getting some names of some people, and you'll start seeing you'll see certain individuals over and over. Write it down. Get your license plate. They will do they've got ways of getting the plate numbers and the addresses of these people. You don't even have to worry about it. Number one, find a good private investigation team. If you're in Texas, or if you're in the United States, hit me up. I can help you out. Gangstalking, it's real, and it can be stopped. It can be stopped. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And laws are here to protect you. They're here to protect you. It don't matter who you are, what you've done. It don't matter. A lot of people that's been involved in criminal activities in the past, or drugs, or stuff like that, they're the ones that probably receive the highest number of these incidents. Some people just make people mad, but this is another thing I'm going to tell you. Make sure you got everything straight, because these people have the power and the resources to attack you through that means. Child support, back child support payments, traffic tickets, all of a sudden warrant roundups, things like that. Get them taken care of. They're going to hit you with every legal means that they can to try to deter you, try to slow you down, try to scare you out of doing it. You know, because they're scared. They're chicken. They're chicken. That's what it all comes down to. They're a bunch of chicken. Yeah. And they're going to try to make you think that you the chicken. You ain't a chicken if you're standing up against them and you trying to do something for some other people that this is happening to. I know a lot of people that are receiving this treatment, and they're not even aware of it. A lot of them not even aware of it, that it's going on. They think they're going crazy. They're not going crazy. They're not going crazy. I've seen it. I can identify it. You can identify it. If you've been through it, you're a targeted individual, you can identify it. You can identify it with the pictures, photographs, certain things happening. There's always a telltale sign. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure talking to you. That's just a little toucher. If you're interested in this subject, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I've got tons of information. I can tell you a lot of things. I can tell you, and I can point you in the direction of who's behind it. And once you find out who's behind it and why they're behind it, you got it. All right. You guys have a good one. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you.